Good morning. It's a cold morning. As you can see, it's daylight. I haven't actually seen the sun yet, but I'm behind a hill, so I think I'm in South Gourley, or at least I parked there, and I'm walking up a hill heading into New Forest. I've been here during the day. I just don't know what to expect first light. I've seen a sunset from another angle of this hill. I'm just going to head up there now and just see if I can get a photo, if it's interesting, where the sun's going to come up, and get a few shots hopefully. See you in a bit. Nice. Bit boggy and uphill. Nice combination. One of the things I love about New Forest is there's not many signs around. So when there are signs, it's almost like you have to read them because there's very little signage. And this one is a good one. Get it right. That's a cow, that's a sheep. No, I'm only joking. It's keeping your dog on a leash at all times around livestock. I think it's a really nice place to actually let your dog off the leash and give him a good run. Oh. Okay, onwards and upwards. Do you ever get the feeling it's still going up? There you go. This is it. At the very top of this hill. Absolutely stunning views down there. You can see in that gap. Whoop, there. That's the River Avon down there, so it's really misty. Lots of interest down there. I think I can see just under that tree there. I can zoom in a bit. You can just about make out Summerley House in there. Spectacular place. What I'm going to do first is just get a look, without the sun in the shot, from 90 degrees onto the sun. So the sun's to one side of this clump of woods at the top here. So let's have a look at this. I quite like that. Nice little glow on the side. So you've got the sun coming in from there, lighting up this side of the wood. Nice little glow in the trees. Clouds, yeah. I think we're looking at some trails from the plains that have sort of dispersed. Adds a little bit of interest. And then maybe this little stone path leads you up, perhaps. Be nice if that tree wasn't there, but I think that's quite a nice little shot there. Not the actual shot I've come up here to get, but I'm going to get it anyway. So the thing is, what do I want to do? Do I want to, I definitely want to separate the lowest branches away from the ground or any trees behind. So it's all about separation here. I'm going to go for the trees foliage on these pines to not touch anything around it and give it a good separation. It's just a nice morning glow, really. That's what I'm getting here. I'm not really getting any colours. Probably would have helped if I got here a bit earlier, but I'm not going to grumble. I'm out and I'm taking pictures. That to me is a happy place. So I think I'm going to try a landscape first, and then what I'll do is I'll flip it round for a quick portrait shot. Back to 24mm. Now there's not a lot going on up in the sky, so what I might do, the interest, and put the horizon on the top third, and it's a starting point for me. I'm going to focus 1/3 of the way into the shot. I'm going to have f11 as my aperture, ISO 64, and I think I'm going to go for the exposure of the sky, get the histogram up, just make sure I don't blow the sky out. So my histogram, if you like, is more to the left of the histogram, and it just means I've just got to lighten up the shadow areas when I get back to Lightroom. Take the shot. So that was a timer, 2-second timer. Now what I might do is try and work out a better composition here, because it's not a particularly strong one, the first one I chose. What shall I do? Shall I zoom in a bit? Try and get rid of some of these distracting side pieces. Now I'm going to slower the shutter speed so I can see what's going on in the foreground. I've still got the path in. What I might do is a HDR. So we know the first shot is one particular type of shot. Take the autofocus off once I've focused once, and take one overexposed shot. So this one, the graph is all up to the right hand side so that I can capture the shadows. Then I'm going to take another shot, which I am going to say somewhere in the middle. So this is where the histogram is pretty much stacked between the two end points. And then I'm going to take one underexposed shot, which is going to capture the sky. And that's the histogram more towards the left. And I said I was going to do portrait. Now portrait is going to help me isolate just the trees more, because I don't want to get that side one. Okay, so sky's on the top third of the image, that's my horizon. Clump is bang on in the middle, and as it was before, so my shutter speed is 1/40th of a second here, still f11, still ISO 64. What I'm trying to do now is get just the path leading up to the trees. Now I haven't got any distractions on the sides, I've moved them away. I'll see if I can, I know, I'll show you the image. So take the shot, this is the underexposed, and it's all the histogram up to the left hand side. And then I'm going to take one which I think is roughly in the middle, that's when the bars are stacking up both ends. And then I'm going to take one overexposed shot just to reveal the shadows in the foreground on the floor. And that one is 1/8 of a second. And that's that shot. So now I'm going to move on. This is quite a nice little pond. You can work around. You can work around the edge of this pond. It might have ice on it. That would add a bit of interest to it. Like I say, sometimes you go out and you're not really. You don't plan it. You just turn up. And you see things you like. So check this out. I don't know if you can see that. You've got two trees that you can work with, this one and that one. Reflections maybe in this pond could work. It's very white as well on the grass where the frost is laid down there. Let's have a look. Let's see what we're looking at. I probably won't get any shots here because I'm going to try and do a bit of a mission to get to where I actually want to be. So here, look at this. I can't actually zoom back far enough, but if you look at that reflection in the water there, so maybe from this angle, and then portrait maybe to that shot, but you've got the sun right in your eye, but it still looks like quite a nice shot there. And then the other side, so now I'm on the other side and I'm looking across to the silver birch tree on the other side. So there's probably an image there. I imagine that would look quite nice if it was frozen over on the pond and white on the sides with thick frost. Maybe, still time. We're just coming into March at the moment, so maybe I will get that shot, come back again. I scouted it, that's the whole idea while I'm here, see what's about. There's lots of single trees up here, so I can work with a few of these. So I spotted some male fallow deer. I'm walking parallel with them. They're quite relaxed, they know I'm here. I'm going to see if I can get them between the sun and me, and I'll take a few little shots. There you are. So you can probably see that tiny little tree, and behind that on this side we've got fallow deer, and I've just taken a shot right now and got a panoramic with that small tree out of focus in the foreground, and when I stitch it together the small tree is going to be on the far right, and I'll show you the shot in a minute. But the trick behind taking a pano with animals in it is to move quickly and make sure that as you're taking the shot you don't get them moving their heads, the antlers. You kind of want to keep them in the same place, because when you come to Lightroom and Photoshop, when you overlay the image to create that panoramic, you don't want any movement between those layers. I'm excited to see that one actually. I think that's going to be a nice one. Silhouetted fallow deer. Okay, let's move on. Something I've noticed, I'm going through my video camera vlogging batteries quicker than I'd like. I'm on my third already. You probably hadn't noticed. Batteries do tend to drain quicker when it's cold. Maybe I should stick a battery in my armpit. Nah, maybe not. I am just coming up to where I want to be. This is quite a view here. I just love the separation between small clumps of forest and the frosty marsh area down in the valley below it. I don't know if you can see it. So at the end of this path, it starts to dip down the hill, and you can probably see a mound just above my head, which is where I want to get to and have a look from there. The sun is up, but I've still got some beautiful layers of light and mist. So I might try and take advantage of that while I am here, because you can still get another nice image another day, but don't blow the day off if you got your camera with you. I'm now at the top of the hill. I've passed the fallow deer actually. I've overtaken them. They don't seem to want to come off the hill. But at times like this, you wish you had the lens that you left at home. Yeah, good 300 mil or so would have been quite nice on them. So what I'm going for is down in this little valley here, and there's clump after clump of trees and then a small one on the end. And what I'd like to do, separate them out a little bit, so it's probably about here to take the shot, and stick it in a pano. I think that'd be brilliant. I wish there was a bit more frost on the grass. That's my error. Probably would have been if I'd have got here about an hour earlier, maybe. Hey, who cares? I'm here. I'm out. That's what matters to me. So, I think I can see some deer down there actually walking through the trees. Yeah, there are more deer. So, what I might do here, keep this 70 to 200 on, maybe sit at the 70 mil end and do a pano across this whole landscape. So I'm probably going to do it by hand and eye. All I've got to think about here is overlapping. So a third of my image needs to overlap the last image. And it's quite easy to do if you've got the grid on in your eye. So what I do, focus, then lock the focus so it doesn't go wandering around between the shots. Get the shutter speed where I need it. So I'm on a f11 ISO 64. I think I'm going to go for slightly underexposed, so 100th of a second here. I'm into the sun at some point, so I have to bear that in mind. So that's why I'm going to do it slightly under. Maybe aim at the sun and see where it sits. Yeah, it should be good. Should be good. So let's go for it. Let's get that tree in first, followed by that one. Just try and keep a rough straight line. So if you've locked your horizon, keep it at that third, and then just sweep through your landscape, taking all your shots. It's always good to go slightly over as well. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to wander around take any more shots now. I think that's going to be it for today. But I will share the images with you, and I'll see you on the next video. Okay, see you later.